one of those teams with the Cleveland Browns, bruh. So, I want to mention my boy Baker, yo. I
Bro,
want
did
you
you
to
see
get
that?
into that
Bro,
one.
did
I
you see
want
that
I want you
message?
to get into that. Yeah, yo, I screenshot on my phone. So if viewers want to know what exactly everything Baker said, yo, I got it on my phone right now.
Okay, so I kind of explain it, and then we can go, and then you can basically say word for what he said.
Yeah.
So to give fans a little bit of context, and so apparently the Browns were meeting with Desean Watson, after the whole trial was ended regarding being one of the teams that he can, be traded to. And so apparently Baker didn't know that they were going to meet with Desean Watson. And when he, caught wind of that and found out, he then, sent a message to social media regarding the situation. And so, I'll let Josh kind of, say what he said during that message.
Yes, so, yes, to pick up, honestly, Baker is I feel like he's a little bit of a drama queen, straight up, yo. This is what he says, word for word. The past 4 years have been nothing short of truly life-changing since I heard my name called in the draft to go to Cleveland. This is not a message with hidden meaning. This is strictly to thank the city of Cleveland for embracing my family and me. We have made many memories and shared growing in this process through all its ups and downs. I have no clue what happens next, which is the meaning behind the silence I've had during the duration of this process. I can only control what I can, which is trusting in God's plan throughout this process. I've given this franchise everything I have. This guy's extra. That is something I've always done at every stage, at every level, and that will not change. Whatever I take my next snap, whatever happens, I just want to say thank you to the fans who truly embrace who I am and the mentality that aligns so well with this city's hardworking people. And then blah blah blah. Honestly, yo, this guy's a drama queen. Had to post that on Twitter. Like, bruh, first of all, I swear the team was upfront with you, telling you, yo, if Desean Watson is available, we are going to look for the best possible situation QB. We told you that. We love you, Baker. I mean, you cool and all, but if there's something better, we'll go after it. We told you that straight up. So why are you crying? Why are you crying, fam? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why you cry? Like, I don't.
Yearly review. I ain't making no commitments unless I'm seeing it through. And that shit ain't always easy to do. Nah, it ain't easy to. Another year alive, pushing my dreams, finding balance while I'm looking at screens.
Hey, what's going on? Everybody in Toronto, shout out. Canada, the US, all over the world. It's your boy Denver right here.
And it's your boy Josh. Welcome to the podcast, man. It's the Josh and Denver and Josh podcast. We here to hit you with all the, your newest sports, news. Whatever is hot right now. We might even get into the, Marvel and DC, the movies that we watched over the weekend, bro. You wanna talk about your weekend?
Let's
How
jump
that
off
went?
with that. So if everyone listening might be your first time viewer, if you've been listening, we're huge Marvel fans, just superhero fans in general. So even DC, like Batman and stuff like that. But we're big into the film. We're big into the action movies, and so I finally got to see Spider-Man.
Yes, sir.
Last weekend. Spoiler alert.
Wow.
But yeah, I really liked it. There's a lot of stuff that was leading to, I guess, Doctor Strange. So it was really cool. One of the things I like, they brought back, the last two Spider-Mans.
Yes, sir.
Like,
you know how long I've been waiting for you to know that? Like, I feel like you already had an idea that was gonna happen, but you never saw it. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So now that you've seen it, like, we can talk about it now. You know what I'm saying? I'm out for you. But continue on your
so
story.
It's pretty sick. I saw the original Spider-Man, which to me was like the OG, like he was like the real one. He's the
Tobey Maguire.
He's the only one in the movie that can actually like shoot webs with his actual like wrist. The rest of them, I guess, is like manufactured or whatever, or it's like lab created.
Yeah, everyone else has web shooters.
Yeah, so that's pretty sick. Yeah. And yeah, they brought back a lot of the old characters. Like we saw like a Sandman, we saw Mad Max, was played by Jamie Foxx. Yeah, we saw a lot of characters. That they brought. Doctor, what's his name? Not Doctor Strange, the other one, the crazy one, the one that was like the
Dr. Osborn. You talking about?
No, Dr. Osborn, but they also brought back Dr. Octavia.
Yeah, Dr. Octopus. Yeah.
Man, so like they brought back like bear characters, so that was exciting to see. Me, I was like, yo, like even in my head, like maybe I'm wrong, but his friend, um, so the new Spider-Man's friend, is he like the new doc? Is he gonna be the next
Oh,
like
the new
Mr.
Doctor
Wong?
Strange. Ned, that's what his name is.
Ned, yeah. Is he gonna be
Yeah.
like?
I he like there's a hint. I think Marvel was hinting that he might be associated with magic in some sort of, form. But I don't know. Maybe. I mean, because of that, like because of that one scene, it opens up so much doors and like potentials as to what Ned's character can be. So maybe he might be a successor. You know, I forget what the Grand Wizard is called. Like the wizard that Doctor Strange would be like.
I think it's Dr. Wong. I could be wrong, but
No, but I'm talking about like the
oh,
stage that they all get to as like magician supreme or wizard supreme, like being the top person with magic. So I'm thinking that Marvel is opening doors to maybe have Ned take over that role or that stage of being wizard supreme or whatever you freaking call it. So yeah, he could be the next Doctor Strange ultimately.
yeah, but I know that I was like, what he can do magic now? Like what? Yeah, that's pretty crazy. And then in the last scene, what character was that? I was meaning to ask you. Is like when he got sucked back into the multiverse, but like he left a drop. Was that like
Oh,
the
talk about Venom.
Venom? Yeah, it was Venom, man. That's
Yeah,
what I thought. I was like, so
yeah.
they're basically saying that
You
Venom's
remember
gonna be the
watching
next
Venom
Spider-Man.
though?
Hmm?
Yeah. You remember watching Venom though?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Yeah.
oh
So
wow, okay. But
I
yeah,
got
it was lit though. I liked it. Spider-Man, I
yeah.
liked it. A lot of like clues into the next Doctor Strange. I still gotta watch WandaVision, but man, like Marvel, like those type of Marvel movies never seem to,
Disappoint.
not never seem to disappoint us, man.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely you gotta get into WandaVision ASAP too, bruh, before you get into Doctor Strange. It's all gonna tie in, especially since Wanda's gonna be a huge character in Doctor Strange in the upcoming movie. So man, it's like for WandaVision, I'm just gonna tell you straight up, it's slow when you first get into it, but it starts to, just it speeds up, everything gets kind of crazy. I would say WandaVision was probably one of my favorite like Disney Plus series that came out regarding Marvel. Like I even really vibe with Falcon and the Winter Soldier like that, Too Tough. I kind of vibe with Loki, but like WandaVision was like, yo, that set the bar for me still. But yeah, get into that. And again, I'm just happy that you watched Spider-Man ultimately, bro. Like again,
Yeah, fam.
like it just felt like I was keeping something from you, bro. It's hard to keep something from your close ones. So
Yeah, fam. Yo, man, did I miss anything from the movie? Did I miss any parts that I didn't mention?
um nah, yeah, you covered it all, seeing all the Spider-Mans, having all the previous villains from previous movies coming into the movie. It's just one whole big crossover, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, you
Yeah,
mentioned it all. That's really what you know fans would get from that movie, if they watched it. So yeah.
yeah, it's pretty sick, man. So if y'all haven't seen it, go watch it. If y'all
Sure.
seen it, if y'all seen it, yo, join us on this journey, man. We're gonna watch Doctor Strange coming up next. So,
Yes, sir.
yo, but what
We're
about
gonna
Batman though?
Yeah,
Seen that?
you already know. So yeah, had to go watch Batman over the weekend, you know what I'm saying? Um, it's a great showing from DC. I'll tell you that, especially where DC may be the forgotten comic book series out there just due to the grand rising of Marvel. So, but like I said, DC bounced back with this one. The movie's pretty dark, which is the essence of Batman anyway. Um, it was great to see. I mean, like I was kind of questioning Robert Pattinson being in the role of Batman, but I should have known better because he's been in other roles after Twilight. So of course, I'm sure he get the part down, and he did. He's a great young Batman. Um,
Mm.
the whole movie really played out itself as like a slow burn, like a slow burn detective type movie. You know what I'm saying? So you're really just trying to figure out, who this main villain, because the villain that they were going against was the Riddler. So they're trying to figure out, who the Riddler is, who's he going to attack next, because he was basically some psychopath serial killer. So it's a cool movie, bro. I'm gonna just tell you like that. It's a cool movie. You'll enjoy every moment of it. Just watch it, man. I'm telling you, yo, that's the next movie you gotta watch, yo. All my fans listening, all the fans listening, watch this one. Like, this is one to look out for.
All right, the Batman. It came out last weekend, right? It came out last
week. It came out last weekend, I believe. The weekend before this past weekend, I feel.
I'm definitely gonna get into that, fam. Maybe if not this week, next week, I'm definitely gonna see Batman.
Yeah, for sure, man. It's dope. Dope. Yeah, that's our movie reviews. You already know.
Yeah.
Tap in if you want to hear some good movies to watch.
Yeah, man. Yo, like in the comment in the comments, write down some movies that maybe we're not mentioning that came out recently, or movies that are coming out in the future that we should definitely see. Like, we're big action fans. So any action genre movies, we're definitely write that in the comments.
Yeah, big facts, yo. We're always up for recommendations. But let's get into the other meat and potatoes, man. Let's get into the NFL, bro, because I feel like free agents not crazy. I'm sorry. If y'all came to listen to some NBA, I don't know about that today, because NFL is going crazy.
Yeah, with NFL free agency, like a lot has happened, fam. Like a lot of movement's been going on. A lot of guys getting released. A lot of we should just start off with number one. We should start off with Desean Watson to kind of drop into that one a little bit. And so last weekend, I think last Friday, he got exonerated, meaning like he didn't get tried for any of the lawsuits that were against him. And so I believe he won the trial. He won the appeal. And so now he's able to, ask for a trade to go to any team he wants to. I think he does have a no trade clause. But as far as his suspension, I believe the NFL can still suspend him during the season for how long they want. But in terms of him choosing where he wants to go, he definitely has that freedom. And so I think there's like 3-4 teams, I believe. I believe at one point the Cleveland Browns were in the running, but they're out of the running. So I believe it's down to Carolina,
New Orleans,
Colts, and the Saints. I believe those three teams.
Is it the Colts?
It's
Atlanta. It's Atlanta.
Right, Atlanta. Yeah. So I think it's actually Atlanta,
New Orleans,
and, Carolina.
Yeah, exactly. Those are three. Yeah, fam. So yeah, basically, as you said, bro, those are the three teams that he's narrowed it down to. I think it's because there's reports that he wants to play closest to home, and apparently he's from Atlanta, or at least that area in Georgia, whatever. So yeah, basically it's really about playing in warm weather and being closest to his family, his home. So apparently we're supposed to get word of his decision today. Hopefully that comes soon. Again, my phone is on me right now, so I'm checking ESPN. You already know the deal, because I really want to know where this man lands, bro. All situations are, they intrigue me. What can a Desean Watson do, when he's plugged into those teams that haven't been too good, but they have good key members on him. You know what I'm saying? They just probably might be a quarterback away. Carolina, we can see that. New Orleans, we can see that with Michael Thomas coming back and their defense. We can see that in Atlanta as well, right? With because it's what's his name? Matt Ryan. There we go. Yeah, Matt Ryan is, he's getting a little bit on the older side. I mean, he's still playing at a high level, but plugging a Desean Watson in there adds an extra element, so you can see Atlanta uprise too. You know what I'm saying? So those are gonna be intriguing situations. But bruh, what I want to talk about is the previous team that was interested in Desean Watson, before him narrowing down. One of those teams was the Cleveland Browns, bruh. So, I want to mention my boy Baker, yo. I want you to get into that one. I want you to get into that. Yeah, yo, I screenshot on my phone. So if viewers want to know what exactly everything Baker said, yo, I got it on my phone right now.
Okay, so I kind of explain it, and then we can go, and then you can basically say word for word for what he said.
Yeah.
So to give fans a little bit of context, and so apparently the Browns were meeting with Desean Watson, after the whole trial was ended regarding being one of the teams that he can, be traded to. And so apparently Baker didn't know that they were going to meet with Desean Watson. And when he, caught wind of that and found out, he then, sent a message to social media regarding the situation. And so, I'll let Josh kind of, say what he said during that
Yes,
message.
sir. So yes, to pick up, honestly, Baker is a. I feel like he's a little bit of a drama queen, straight up, yo. This is what he says, word for word. The past 4 years have been nothing short of truly life changing since I heard my name called in the draft to go to Cleveland. This is not a message with hidden meaning. This is strictly to thank the city of Cleveland for embracing my family and me. We have made many memories and shared growing in this process through all its ups and downs. I have no clue what happens next, which is the meaning behind the silence I've had during the duration of this process. I can only control what I can, which is trusting in God's plan throughout this process. I've given this franchise everything I have. This guy's extra. That is something I've always done at every stage, at every level, and that will not change. Whatever I take my next snap, whatever happens, I just want to say thank you to the fans who truly embrace who I am and the mentality that aligns so well with this city's hardworking people. And then blah blah blah. Honestly, yo, this guy's a drama queen. Had to post that on Twitter. Like, bruh, first of all, I swear the team was upfront with you, telling you, yo, if Desean Watson is available, we are going to look for the best possible situation QB. We told you that. We love you, Baker. I mean, you cool and all, but if there's something better, we'll go after it. We told you that straight up. So why you crying? Why you crying, fam? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why you crying? Like, I don't get it, bro. And then there's something also that Cleveland already let Baker know before. I don't even remember. But yeah, that's straight up, like, the man just extra, bro. And then I mean, Desean publicly indicated that, he was interested in going to Cleveland. So what did Baker do? Baker said that he wants a trade now, apparently. Baker apparently wants a trade. Apparently he's saying that, oh, the Colts is his ideal situation. But nah, bro, like, first of all, Cleveland is not getting the better quarterback now. They're stuck with you. So so it's like, all right, we told you already before that we were going to look for something better. Unfortunately, we haven't done that. So we're all in on you. Why are you trying to request a trade now? Because your feelings are hurt. We're denying your trade request straight up. So I mean, that's a little, synopsis of basically what's going on right now within the Cleveland Baker situation, and we'll see how it's basically pans out. Because I mean, are we gonna see a disgruntled Baker force his way out, or is he gonna stay? We'll see how they figure it out, how they get along.
Yeah, like definitely gonna be like, it's interesting to see like these dominoes kind of like are in effect. Like Desean Watson is like, everybody's waiting on what he's gonna do. Like before, all teams had kind of who they wanted to get in terms of quarterbacks that were available or not. But as soon as Desean Watson became available, now they're all waiting for that domino. And so now that like you mentioned, Cleveland can't get Desean Watson, Baker Mayfield's like, he doesn't want to be there now. And so it creates a situation where, like, can they trade him? Who's going to want him? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Last year, apparently his excuse was that his shoulder was hurt. And so just always seems to be drama with Baker Mayfield, unfortunately. And a lot of it is him brought to himself. And so, you can't be, like, QB's got to be an example. You can't be that much of a drama, in terms of to be a leader. And so, yeah, so like he has to make some changes for sure. If he does get traded, like whatever team he goes to, he has to make a change and be that leader of a QB. And so
straight up, yeah. I heard like Cleveland apparently, or a reporter speaking about this situation, said that Cleveland requires an adult at quarterback. they need an adult at quarterback, and basically insinuating that Baker is not an adult. Basically, he's saying that he's acting like a little child. So, I mean, it's like you said, wherever he goes, or if he's, him and Cleveland decide to get through this a rough patch, this man's gonna have to grow up, bro, and not with the Twitter fingers, and not with blaming everyone else around you but yourself. I mean, straight up, the man tried to, like of course he tries to relinquish blame. You know what I'm saying? Like he never, blamed the Baker and the Odell situation on him. He never said, yo, it's my fault, yo, it's just I couldn't really get him the ball. He tried to blame Odell. He's not trying to take any accountability for the things that have come across, upon him. You also had a bad season. You try to blame it on injuries. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I understand you're injured, so you're hurt. You're hurt. You may not be able to play to your, best potential, but sit on the bench, bro. It's gonna hurt you more if you decide to play and play worse, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely agree. He has to be more accountable for his actions. Like he's never said like, I need to get my guys the ball. I got playmakers. I got Landry. I got Beckham. I got I got Hooper. I got weapons. I need to get them the ball more. I need to make better plays. That's what you gotta do. Like that's what Brady would do. Like I'm not trying to bring up Brady all the time, but like you gotta be that guy that guys want to play with. And guys want to play with somebody who's gonna finger point, man. You want to play with guys that's gonna be leaders and be accountable for the way they play. You know what I mean? And so going to next year, like even if he's back with the Browns or on a new team, he should be healthy. So we got to see like how well he matured. Like, is he able to take some of that accountability and look to make more plays? So I don't know where he goes. Like, to be honest, I think he should stay at Cleveland. I mean, who else going to trade for him, fam? Like,
I mean, who
does he go?
The thing is, though, from what I'm hearing from analysts and just following the free agent situation, every GM that is around the league or whatever, when they see you as a first round talent, getting coming out of a draft, again, Baker was chosen number 1 overall. When they see you as a first round talent, bro, they're always thinking, wow, look at the intangibles of this guy. This guy has a strong arm. This guy is, strong-willed. He has intangibles of being a great quarterback. I could be the one to change him. You know what I'm saying? So because it's probably not working out in Cleveland, other GMs are going to see Baker and they're going to be like, yo, this guy is still a first overall quarterback. I'm going to give him a chance. He has the intangibles of someone that, again, is a first-round talent, right? We've all seen that. We all witnessed that. Let me change that. Let's see if we can win with that. So Baker I feel like he's always going to get an opportunity just based on his, the stature that he came out of college from, you know what I'm saying? So teams are not going to give up on him. So he may have a destination. So it's ultimately depending on if Cleveland is willing to let him go. That's the question. Or are they going to just be like, let's get through this, Baker. Like, I know we said all those things and I know we went after Desean Watson, but you are a guy now since Desean Watson said bye-bye. So let's make it work. You know what I'm saying? So ultimately, that's what I'm thinking, bro. I'm thinking Baker's going to get attention. It's just, is Cleveland going to let him go? That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like, there's not many QBs like, if Cleveland's looking for an upgrade, who's left that's available? Maybe Jimmy G. Who else is available?
That's about it.
There's not really much QBs that are left available. We just seen, Mitch Trubisky signed the Steelers to be a starting QB, which I spoke to I spoke to my brother Dondry, who's a big Steelers fan, and I was like, "You think he's the guy?"
How was he feeling about that?
He doesn't feel he's the guy. I mean, well, yet to be unseen, right? He could be really good. He had a lot of potential, when he was on the Chicago. We don't know if that was coaching or if that was his actually, his playing abilities. And so, I mean, I'm not a big fan of Trubisky to the Steelers because, like, I think they needed like a really good QB, like a Russell Wilson or, a Deshaun Watson, a Q that can really elevate the Steelers. But, we never bet against Mike Tomlin. He's never had a losing season. So are we going to bet against him again? Maybe he can turn him around. So I don't know.
Yeah, from what I'm like, again, the issues in Cleveland is that the man had confidence issues. You know what I'm
In
saying?
Chicago?
Yeah, in Chicago. Yeah, in Chicago. My bad. My apologies. So yeah, he just was dealing with a lot of confidence issues. And ultimately, just with his brief trip to Buffalo and being under Josh Allen, apparently he's matured so much, and he might be closer to that first overall pick because Mitchell Trubisky was a second overall pick in his draft. So closer to that second overall pick, projection, you might be closer to that maybe in this stint with Pittsburgh. So, it could, I'm not saying that I mean, I could definitely be wrong, but maybe we might see something from him. So this is definitely going to be a trial. And like you said, we can't really doubt Mike Tomlin. I mean, Mike Tomlin really might have just, the magic to make Mitchell Trubisky work. So yeah, man, I'm kind of positive about it, but I don't have too much expectations. That's me on that.
Yeah, and like it's gonna see to me for a lot of teams, we have to actually see free agency play out. I know a lot of moves are happening, but in terms of what what players teams pick up, who can they add to the draft? There's so much that's left to be seen. We're only at the very beginning, and so it's all speculative right now. But once we get into the off season and closer to the season, we can actually be like, hey, this is what this team looks like before training camp. What do we think and whatnot? And so, but that's what makes it fun. Where free agency has been I think this has been the busiest free agency I've seen the last few years. I never seen this much action in free agency.
There's so much going on because there's more to talk about, fam. There's still more to talk about. Again, there's also we did talk about the Browns briefly. I mean, now they just got Amari Cooper because they released Jarvis Landry. Where do you think Jarvis Landry is going?
Ooh, I mean, can he go back with his boy? I mean, they already tried out Cleveland, but could he go to LA and team up with Odell again if Odell goes back there?
The thing is, Odell, it's not, sorry. I don't know if Odell is going to be on LA anymore because Allen Robinson just got signed by them. It is like a 3 year, so it's like a longer term contract, right? 45 mil or something like that. The man is already a big name receiver in addition to Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp. So where's Odell gonna fit in that situation? Especially since he's coming off an ACL, man. It'd be such a different story if the man wasn't injured, bro. But the man is injured.
Yeah.
Are you coming in as a fourth option? He has to see his ass out of there, bro. He has to. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be I mean, they're gonna be a super team if he stays, no doubt. I mean, having 4 big name receivers, have you ever seen that before? I don't know. But it's just I don't know if there's enough room under the cap where, Odell's asking price is going to be, just under what the Rams are willing to pay. So yeah, man, I don't see it. I see Odell going somewhere else and Jarvis going somewhere else. What do you think though?
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. The thing about Odell, what's the big question mark is that he got hurt at the end of the year. If he got hurt at the beginning of the year, yes, we wouldn't have seen him play as well as he did with LA. But what's bad about his timing of the injury is that he won't be back until middle to end of next year. So I think that really hurt his value. I feel I don't know, for a team to give him the money he wants, it might be loaded with incentives. If you come back at a certain time and make this much impact, we might give you the full amount of your contract. How do you give him a extension? How do you sign him when you know he's not going to be there till end of season playoffs? And so, yeah, LA looks like they said they signed Allen Robinson. Robert Woods is coming back from his injury, and so not be a lot of place left for him unless they're going to go 4 wide every down. A full-on passing attack team. So he might be somewhere else, maybe a team that another contender he was with LA. I mean, he got his ring, so
yeah, nothing can take no one can take that away from him still.
Yeah, so I don't know where he goes. I mean, I predicted remember on Cleveland, I predicted he was gonna go to LA, saying he's a big market guy. He was looking for
you did make market. That.
He wants to be in the LA area, so I mean, there's another two more teams in LA. There's the Chargers. And
Facts.
close by the Chargers, there's the Raiders in Las Vegas. So, I mean, he wants to be in the limelight. Maybe the Chargers, maybe the Raiders. I don't think he wants to go back to New York, but I would say those two teams, the Raiders or the Chargers, are teams that I think he might be looking to go to.
Raiders make more sense to me because I feel like their receiving core is lacking since they let go of Zay Jones, right? Zay Jones is on his way to the Jaguars now. We can segue into the Jaguars a little later, but I'm thinking Raiders would be a good situation for Odell because they just have Hunter Renfrow basically, and if Hunter Renfrow is your best receiver, yo Odell, you're number one, bro. You're going you're gonna be the new number one target for Derek Carr. So Raiders ideal situation. Chargers, their receiving group room, like their receiving receiver room is pretty stacked, I say.
Yeah.
They got Keenan Allen, they got Mike Williams, they got Guyton, they got Josh Palmer that's just emerging.
From Brampton, by the way.
Another Canadian product. Yo, shout out to him. Shout out to Canada one time. Eh? See? Anyways. So that's basically a stacked receiver room already. And I know they got a lot of youth, but it's still like, I don't know if Odell's going to plug into that as seamlessly as he would plug into Las Vegas Raiders. And they got a nice little market there in Las Vegas. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So that could be intriguing to Odell.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like, like I said, I think for some reason I feel like he wants to, go to like a big market team. So those are two big markets that are close to LA that I think like would be good fits for him. In terms of personnel, like you said, Chargers might not be the best fit, but maybe the Raiders is a better fit. So I see him around that area. Maybe he could go to a small market team, but I mean, he already tried that in Cleveland. Like he's dying there. So I mean, I don't see him fitting in a small market team. Maybe in a Florida team. Florida's kind of a big market, like a Tampa.
Yeah, where all the Zoes at? Of course, yeah. It might be. it might be an ideal situation for Odell too.
In Miami, maybe the Dolphins could be. Yeah. I could see him down in Florida.
I can see that too. Maybe not. I mean, of course, Miami would be nice market wise. I feel. I mean, who doesn't want to be in South Beach, Miami? But the thing is, Miami is not really. They're not on the cusp of being a winning team. I feel like with Tom Brady, because we didn't even mention Tom Brady coming out of retirement. I don't think we mentioned that on the last podcast. So
we talk about that last podcast. Maybe it happened. So. It happened after that.
I think it happened right after. Like, so yeah, Tom Brady's back. So that retirement lasted all but 60 days. You know what I'm saying?
Because man said Deuce's gonna spend more time with his family. And then 60 days later, this guy's like, I'm back. I'm like,
yeah,
what had happened, fam?
He said, I'm sick of them. That's enough annoying them. All right, back to the business.
You meant to take out the trash, take out the recycling. I was like, nah, fam. I'm playing football.
This is not it. Yeah, facts. So yeah, he's back. So you already know Tampa Bay is back in that contender conversation. Get Odell over there, because who do they have after actually, never mind. They have guys. That's
they signed back Chris Godwin.
Yeah, I seen that they signed back Chris Godwin. They still got Mike Evans. They just got Russell Gage, I believe.
Yeah,
they're okay. They're okay. They don't need another guy they don't need another guy still, but they could use him.
Yeah, they could use him as insurance policy. Remember, they had a lot of injuries, so maybe like
that's true. That's a good point.
Because Godwin's out till the middle. He got injured too, but he can probably be back middle to end of the year. So maybe they get him just for insurance as well. Gronk, you don't know if he's coming back. Still have two good tight ends. They have Brate and Howard. I think they're still there.
Howard is gone now, though. Still, I think.
Where did Howard go?
I think he went to Buffalo for some reason. I'm thinking that, because I believe.
Yeah, Tampa could be a good fit, fam. To be honest, like. A fit for Tom Brady. I mean, they won't have chemistry at the end of the season, but yeah. Yeah,
you brought up great points to think about it. I mean, I wasn't even thinking about Chris Godwin still taking his time to come back from his injury. It's a good insurance policy, as you said. And it's just another toy for Tom Brady, to be honest. I mean, the
Yeah.
man will somehow find all of them their catches or their incentives that they may have on their deal. He's able to spread the ball around. So Odell could still get his touches if he wanted. So that's a good situation, potentially. Potentially.
Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah, he's gonna be one of the bigger free agents that we're gonna see. Like, to be really curious to where he goes. Like I said, like a lot of teams that can't get under the cap and they can't get, and the guys are leaving. Like we saw Von Miller. The Rams said they're gonna keep everybody, but then the Bills offered him 6 years, like 120. He ain't gonna turn down that. I don't know how much is guaranteed, but even if just the front end is guaranteed, the first 2 years, that's still way more money he was gonna get in LA. And so the Rams couldn't keep everybody. They can't keep everybody. So
yeah, big facts.
So yeah, so it's gonna be, there's a lot of big free agents left. I've still got to see where they're gonna end up. So it's a lot still shake-up is left.
Yeah, bro. Like I said, so much is really going on. There's so much more in free agency that we're just not. I don't think we've touched on yet. We need to touch on the amount of defense that is being emphasized. In that AFC. What is their specific division with the Chargers, the Chiefs,
the West?
Yeah, AFC West. Again, with the elite talent at quarterback with Patrick Mahomes, Russell, Derek Carr, Justin Herbert. These guys are stacking up on their defense. You see the Chargers, man, they got to add to Joey Bush, they got Chandler Jones. You know what I'm saying? They also, huh?
Where did Khalil Mack go again? Did you go to the Chargers?
Oh, sorry. Yes, Khalil Mack. Sorry, my bad. Chandler Jones went to the Raiders. My bad. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, they got Khalil Mack and they got J.C. Jackson. Yeah. So J.C. Jackson at corner, again, a top tier corner in this league, Mr. INT. That's what he calls himself, because the man straight up, I believe since the year 2019, he's led the league in picks, basically. So the man is really that dude. So touching up on our defense in LA, and then also with the Raiders, again adding to Max Crosby, they added Chandler Jones. That's gonna be a top tier rushing attack, bro. Like yeah, like rushing the QB is gonna be it's gonna be top tier. Like it's gonna be crazy. Yeah, just a lot of moves that are being made within that division alone, with stacking up on the defense, man. It's gonna be interesting how that division itself plays out.
Yeah, man. And believe the Broncos, they made a few moves too as well on the defensive end as well.
I'm trying to find, but I don't know exactly.
Who did they get again? They got a good defender. But yeah, like teams, they see the QBs that they're gonna have to face on the other end, and they're all trying to stack up on their defense. Like Khalil Mack, he was a good pickup. He was hurt last year in Chicago, but he got hurt after 7 games. But in the first 7 games, he had like 4 or 5 sacks. So he was on record to having a good year. I know the previous year he had a down year, but he was like a pretty good pickup that could really help out, the Chargers and their defense, turning into pass rush and whatnot. And he's gonna pair with one of the Bosa brothers. With Joey Bosa. So that's gonna be good. He Joey on one end, Khalil Mack on the other end. It's gonna be a great pressure that I'm gonna see, from their defense. So it's gonna be cool to see them and how they play on defense and how they can mismatch and create pressure, similar to what we saw with the Rams when they had multiple guys that can pressure the QB. Right. Von Miller, Aaron Donald. We can go on and on. Leonard Floyd. So it's the same thing. It's the same thing right here. So that's very interesting as well.
Yeah, it's just those are key additions, man. And honestly, you can see teams really addressing their needs and going all in as well. Picking up big names in free agency. Because they're looking to win this year, and I just love to see it, man. I love to see the competition. I love to see the league shaking. There's more news as well. I mean, I kind of want to go over America's team because that's another team we like to talk about. I mean, I don't know what Jerry Jones be doing, man. Because I mean, like trainer Amari Cooper, okay, all right, but like what you got from Amari Cooper was terrible, right? It's a steal for the Browns because I think they gave a 5th round pick, right? a 5th and 6th, something like that. So it wasn't much, and they got a number 1 receiver, right? Then also they lost Cedric Wilson. Cedric Wilson is taking his where is he going? He's going to the Jags too, I believe. So, bruh, who you got now? You got CD and you got Michael Gallup. That's it.
And then they lost their tight end as well. Then they lose was it Jarwin?
They lost Jarwin. I didn't even know that. But that's it.
The tight end is not there anymore, and so definitely like. And they released a couple of O-line too, like they released Leo Collins, and so it's kind of like, yo, what are you doing? Like, you gotta start with a fresh new O-line, releasing a lot of your receivers. Like, obviously you're paying big money to Dak and big money to Zeke. We know that, but like, are they able to? Aren't they able to restructure their contracts to where able to bring on new? Maybe they are going to do that. Maybe they have free agency that they're going to go get in the offseason. So maybe there's a lot left we haven't seen. But to me, like, it feels like they're going to be worse than last year.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Bro, I feel like they're not going to make the playoffs like right now. Like,
they rebuilding to me for like that's what it seemed like.
Yeah. Like, it doesn't make sense. I don't get the moves. It doesn't make sense unless there's a lot of stuff we haven't seen yet. There's a lot of players they're going to go get that we don't know yet. Maybe they'll go in the draft and they'll get like a big receiver or something. So
we'll see about that.
Yeah, the Cowboys, they look like they're not getting better though. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They look like they're getting worse, like you said, bro. Like, so that's why I feel like, America's team, man, they just will never get it. You know what I'm saying? They just will never get it, man. It just sucks, man.
But to be honest, how strong is their division though? And that's kind of like,
their division is always so weak, but like, it's not about just getting out of your division though. You need to win a Super Bowl. Like
how much better is the Giants getting? I don't see the Giants getting that much better. How much better are the Eagles getting better? I don't think they're getting that much better.
But like the key thing is the Eagles are not getting worse. The Giants seem like they're actually, I mean, I see that they made a signing with Tyrod Taylor. That's kind of, hinting to me that, if Daniel Jones doesn't play well, we can plug in Tyrod Taylor real quick and see how well he does. That's what it's kind of giving me. So that may make the franchise a little bit better. Who knows? Because Daniel Jones is really just sus in the bed, like Tyrod Taylor and, gives a little good show, showing, makes the team a little bit better. I mean, could be a succession plan still. Who knows?
Plus the Commanders of Carson Wentz, that's still a lot to be seen. Like, to me, right now, like an early looking, like, I feel like if I make an early prediction, I would say depending on how well Jalen Hurts plays. We don't know how well it's going to develop. So I think it's a three-team race between the Commanders, the Cowboys, and the Eagles. Giants, I don't see them being a contender. I could be wrong, but I don't see them being a contender in that division. So I feel like it's those three teams, and I think like I said, the Eagles haven't got worse. They haven't got that much better. And the Commanders, I mean, we don't know if Carson.
They're trying. Good, so. They think they see something in Carson, but we'll see how well that really plays out.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm not trying to be a Carson hater. I seem like a hater on this show for real, but I'm not trying. But I'm not trying to seem like it. I don't want to be, But Carson just, I don't know what he can do, man. Like, bro. I mean, of course he's gonna keep getting opportunities because, like I referenced earlier, he's a first round. Was he a first overall pick in his draft? I don't remember.
I think it's like second or third.
Second. Well. Yeah, still just being drafted as high as he was, there's always going to be a team out there saying, hey, you know what? I can fix this guy. So basically that's it. He's going to get his opportunities, but I don't think he's ever going to win. You know what I'm saying? I don't think any GM is going to pick him up and feel like, you know what? Like, we're going to I don't think they're actually going to see winning with this guy after thinking that they can. That's, just not going to be a result for them. I'm sorry. It's not going to be a result for Carson.
Yeah, it's like, how much of an upgrade is he compared to the quarterbacks they've already had? Like, I feel like he needs to have, for Carson Wentz to be successful, he needs a lot of weapons. Like, Like I know they brought back J.D. McKissick. He was gonna sign with the Bills, but he flipped went back to the Commanders. We've even seen that a few times. Randy Gregory did that. He's gonna go to the Cowboys and flip to the Broncos. So we've seen that with a few players flipping their decisions, but like, yeah, Carson Wentz, like to me, like run the ball a lot,
That's what he
give him a
needs.
lot of
He's a
weapons on the
run game.
outside. Yeah, like I don't think him throwing the ball 30, 40 times is not gonna win you the game because he's gonna throw the ball away and make turnovers.
Yeah, exactly. Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
So
else?
yeah, that's why I don't know, man. Is Washington really going to be up there, or is New York going to take its place and be in the top 3 in that division? Who knows?
but that's what makes the NFL so different than a lot of leagues, like NBA a little bit, but in the NFL, like you can pick a team saying the Giants are going to be trash, and then they go in there like 12-4, 11-5. You're like, what? Like, it's I don't know. It's and NFL is like it's wild, wild west. Like teams that aren't going to be good end up being somehow good.
Yeah, big facts, bro. Let's get to the Jaguars, bro. What the hell is they doing over there? And why is their salary cap on like unlimited? Like, yo, straight up, they've paid Christian Cooper. Sorry, not Christian. Christian Kirk. Sorry, right? They paid him wide receiver 1 money. Christian Kirk is not a wide receiver 1. What the hell is going on? Okay. Then they added Zay Jones, right? They got Zay Jones coming over there. Who else they got coming over?
They got
they got Cedric Wilson as well, right, from the Cowboys. Who else were you gonna mention?
Darius Williams. They got.
Yeah, Darius Williams at corner. Yeah, their salary cap. They got Evan Engram coming to play tight end for them. Their salary cap is unlimited, bro.
But doesn't make them better. They're gonna be good.
I don't know, but they added pieces, bro. There ain't no telling, bro. I don't know about the Jaguars out here, but ain't no telling, bro.
Like Christian Kirk's not wide receiver 1, but who can they get? Like, because Trevor Lawrence, obviously, he really struggled. To me, I really want to see what they do on the O-line. This dude, Trevor Lawrence, was backpedaling the entire season. He was under constant pressure. This man was. They made him look like he lost that fam. Year 1, and they made him look really bad. Like, I want to see what they do in the O-line, how they improve that, because fam, like, I don't care who they get. If the man has no chance to throw the ball, they're not going to be good, fam.
I hear you still. I hear you. Honestly, yeah, you're right. It starts at the O-line. But I mean, stacking up on the skill positions, it also helps him to get the ball out of his hands fast, because these receivers are able to get open. So I mean, there's also that. So maybe he doesn't need his O-line to make a complete 180, but they do need to improve themselves just a little bit, and maybe they might do that in the draft. Who knows?
Yeah, plus we gotta talk about like how well we think Trevor Lawrence is gonna be like going into year 2. Like he had a rough year 1, but like, you know what I mean? Like, what do you think of the chances? Do you think like he's able to bounce back? Because I mean, he had a lot of hype coming in, especially from Clemson. He's never lost a regular season game in his life. When he goes in the Jaguars, he lost like 13, 14 games his first year.
Yeah.
So like, how do you think he's gonna do in like year 2? Like, with the weapons they're adding, do you think he has a chance to kind of have a great sophomore year, or do you think how they gave him enough weapons to be able to be successful?
Jeez, man, it ain't no telling, man, because it's like, when you draft a guy so high, it's usually because you weren't a good team, or you don't have a great organization. So the guys there at Jacksonville, they really haven't figured it out. Are they ever going to get in a position, where they're able to steer Trevor Lawrence into that, like, are they able to uplift Trevor Lawrence, provide him all the support he needs, help his development to get to, where they ultimately want to be, to be a Super Bowl contending team. You know what I'm saying? So it's just my lack of confidence in the organization, because Jacksonville has proven to be pretty bad for pretty long. I don't know if they're going to be able to ever help Trevor Lawrence's development. I don't know if they're going to be able to, instill, the right coaches, the right, supporting cast around him, with the line, with his O line, you know, I mean, I see they're trying something with the skill position. They're trying, but are they like, is it going to work out? I don't know, man. It's just Trevor Lawrence, man, is a picky situation just based on where, the organization that he's drafted to, man. Those things really make or break you.
Yeah, I think how a lot of things that we talked about. And so what's tough about the NFL is that not what's tough, but you kind of want to kind of frame your moves and free agency offseason on trying to be the number one in your division. And so what that means is that like if you win your division, you get into the playoffs. So viewers that are listening in, and why that makes it tough is that you have to be able to win a lot of games in your division will help you make the playoffs, right? So I believe you get like 6 of those per season. So obviously the number one team in the AFC South is the Tennessee Titans.
Mhm.
So to me, like, are they able to compete with Tennessee right now with the moves they're making? You know what I mean? Like you said, like they have Christian Kirk, they have Marvin Jones, have weapons, but is that enough to get them over the Tennessee Titans? I believe they're better than the Texans, especially if the Texans trade Desean Watson.
Yeah,
They're going to be rebuilding.
yeah.
The Colts,
They're going forward with Davis Mills, so we don't expect nothing from them.
yeah, they're gonna be tanking basically. That's another way of saying they're tanking.
Yeah.
For a 2022 QB, which is there's been a Spencer Rattler, maybe they could be tanking for him or other QBs that are available. But it looks like they're gonna be tanking. The Colts, are they gonna tank? They just traded with Carson Wentz. Who's gonna be the QB? Are they gonna try to draft a QB and develop it, or are they gonna tank? Like that division to me is down to me, Jaguars and the Titans. So how much is Jaguars able to catch up to Tennessee? That's what we're going to see in this free agency and in the season. But Tennessee, have they made any big moves? I know they cut Julio Jones.
They cut Julio. That's the only move that I've seen they made.
They haven't made any moves. Looks like they're staying status quo for next year so far.
I think they believe in the pieces they got, and they probably thinking that if Derrick Henry had a full year, he would have just turned it up within the playoffs. But because he came back in the tail end of the year, due to his injury, he wasn't able to get it going. And they like to run on the backs of Derrick Henry so far. So yeah, I'm thinking they're thinking run it back personally. That's how I feel they're thinking.
Yeah, man. When you think about Julio, that's kind of the underrated or cut. Like he had a really off year last year. He had like career lows, like 300 something yards all season, 30 something catches, like horrible year.
It was a really down year for him, unfortunately.
And we had a previous down year before the year before in Atlanta because I believe he was hurt with his hamstring. So and a lot of people saying that he's still not 100% hamstring injury his last season in Atlanta. So that's kind of sad. Like he's a Hall of Fame type player, but like no one's really like. You can see like he's really going towards a down decline. So like where does he go? Is he still impactful? Like there's still a lot of questions. Like, but it's kind of sad. Like seeing a player that was so on top, and then like now he's slowly declining. Like, what do you think of Julio Jones? Like, you think he still has juice left in the tank, or like
it's hard? It's really hard to say. I feel like he's his best days are are behind him now. Still, you know what I'm saying? He's really at the tail end of his career, and very well. I mean, because teams are. I don't think a lot of teams are rushing to sign a older receiver, coming off hamstring issues, not really playing too much for the Tennessee Titans. I don't think anyone's going to be really rushing for him, and because no one's rushing for him, he may just slip through the cracks, man. He might just find himself as a free agent this year. It sucks, but maybe the Julio Jones era is over.
Yeah,
these things happen, with time.
Yeah, I feel like it just kind of sucks. They're not giving his flowers. I feel like people are kind of like he's kind of like he's like you said, like his time is over. People didn't have time to really celebrate how good he was. You know what I mean?
True.
A guy that was big, fast, strong, explosive, and some of those advantages are probably leading to his downfall. Is that maybe he's not as explosive, he's not as fast. He's still physical, but a lot of his traits you rely a lot on his athleticism, and so hopefully he gets to be picked up in the season and show that he still has some some juice left. But yeah, man, that was surprising to me. But he had an off year, so I don't think he fit their scheme and what they wanted to do in Tennessee. Their play action team, right?
Yeah.
They have AJ Brown down there, so
AJ Brown's clearly on the up and rise. Like he's clearly wide receiver 1 over there. Clearly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to also again, give Julio my flowers as well. Ultimately, the guy, he's been like he didn't have the greatest year this past year, and I may be a little bit down on him, in terms of giving my projection as him falling through the cracks and whatnot. But the man's really been wide receiver 1 on so many people's lists as greatest wide receivers in the league. Man's would easily put Julio Jones 1, and then everyone else falls below that. You know what I'm saying? He was the prototype, you know what I'm saying? During his era. So shout out to him because he was really, an elite talent. So, that's my flowers stone.
Yeah. So what else have we talked about? A lot of things, fam.
Yeah, we talk about Bears still. We can briefly talk about the Ravens, yo. The whole situation with Zadarius Smith is kind of odd.
Where is he going? I heard he flipped his decision. He
made like a quick Yui, said that, nah, I didn't sign that contract. Like
he was supposed to go to the Ravens, but he not going there anymore.
So it's weird. Like I thought, that's a big move Ravens making with Zadarius Smith on the rushing the QB, and then Marcus Williams they got at safety. I mean, that's for sure. That's a done deal. But just the addition of both of them, definitely make the defense more elite.
Yeah, that was a good pickup by them.
Yeah, definitely. So I mean, Ravens, man, definitely gonna give some competition within the AFC, man. There's so much competition in the division overall, man. Like I feel like with them in that division, bro, I can't even narrow down the teams as to who I'm gonna see making it out. You know what I'm saying? Like NFC, I feel like I can narrow it down to like LA, Tampa, Green Bay. Like I can narrow down like a couple teams. I can narrow it down in NFC, but AFC is like wide open, I feel, bro.
Yeah, for real. AFC, yeah, like who can you go with? Like the Bengals are still gonna be there. Like they've been quiet though. Like, Bengals have been real quiet. Like,
but they got a good young squad. They just need to fix up the O-line a little bit, and they'll probably just wait for their time in the draft.
Yeah, it makes sense. Just develop the players they have and just build through the draft, because they're not a team that spends a lot of money in free agency anyway. So I never expect big moves by the Bengals anyways. Like they'll spend a lot of money, fam.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, but the Ravens, like they're a very interesting team. Like Lamar Jackson might hold out in training camp if he doesn't get a long-term contract. That's very interesting. Like, are they content with Huntley in case anything happens? Like he played pretty good last year, without Lamar. But like if I was him in a tough situation, like he should bubble wrap himself and not go anywhere, because he gets hurt. Like the man he's his own agent, is what we're hearing. He doesn't have an agent, so
wow, that's different.
And apparently he won't play unless he gets a long-term contract. So like, there's a lot of question marks in Baltimore as well. Hopefully he gets that big deal, the same money that Kirk's getting, or even the Aaron Rodgers, any of these top players. Like he definitely deserves top money. I definitely want all players to get the money that they deserve. But tough situation. Like hopefully he can get that figured out so he can be back in the season. But yeah, like he's in a tough situation. So hopefully the Ravens figure that out and he's able to be on the team for training camp. But do you see him holding out for like a long time? Like we've never seen a high profile quarterback hold out for contracts in a long time, fam.
bro, I didn't even know that he was holding out like that. So this is news to me, bro. And I'm hoping that he's not holding out for much time. I mean, like you said, he deserves a new contract. I mean, the things that Lamar has done in this league so far. I mean, again, he's already won an MVP. You know, definitely killing it with records on the ground as a rushing quarterback and records in the air as well. I mean, yo, this guy is transcended, bro, and this is your long-term plan anyway, right?
Yeah,
At least that's what I believe it to be. So he should get paid quickly.
pay the man. Ravens pay the man. Real talk, fam.
Right? Emphasis on that.
Michael Vick 2.0 right there.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
Yes, sir. So yeah, Ravens making moves, a little bit moves. Yeah, I mean, yo, that's really, is that it for the excitement and free agency frenzy?
Yeah, that's about it. I know we didn't really touch on the Tom Brady topic a lot, but we both kind of mentioned that we were both really surprised that he came back. Some people in the media said they weren't surprised, saying that he was always going to come back. But I mean, the man, he led the league in I think it was completion and yards and touchdowns. And he was like 44. So like, why come back, fam? Like, prove that you can play at a high level. But I guess he still wants to continue to try to win another championship.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this man already has so much chips, and he's still motivated to win more. Like, this guy's psycho, man. Like,
Don't kill me.
he's psycho.
Yeah, yo. The man is definitely he's a different youth, man. Like, I mean, he's definitely not a youth, but he's different. The man is, I mean, he did have a goal to play past 45. So I understand that goal. Or I understand that was a goal of his. It is still crazy. But I mean, he's able to play. He still has a talent. I like you said, his accolades this past season. I mean, he had an MVP type season, and he just lost it to Aaron Rodgers. So I mean, the guy is really, he's still able to play at this caliber, and if they can protect him, if they can continue to protect him in Tampa, he should be able to make a decent run. And that's why I feel like Tampa Bay, just with the addition of Tom Brady, they're gonna be a top team still. They're Super Bowl, they're in that Super Bowl contender conversation, bro. Like, they're gonna be giving the Rams problems, like you know what I'm saying? They're gonna be giving Green Bay problems, like, so shout out to Tampa, shout out to Tom Brady, man. He ain't done yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. Like, everyone thought he would fall off the cliff when he hit 40, but he's still playing at a high level. It just kind of shows you, like, the way the game's played right now, like, QBs aren't really getting hit a lot. They really emphasize they want points and a lot of touchdowns. So he's geared towards, he's able to get the ball still quick, like, out of his hands. So as long as they bring back some of his O-line, which I believe they brought back some of them after hearing the decision, and a lot of players said they're gonna come back just because Tom Brady's coming back. So I still make them a contender. But yeah, man, I'm kind of surprised though that Tom Brady's coming back. But it's like he never left, dog. It's like, this guy's Brett Favre, fam. This guy's retiring and coming back, Like,
I love that Brett Favre run where he was retiring and then he's like, "I'm coming back another year." Like, I love that. like I literally love that run. Like, and
yeah.
his last days in Minnesota, bro. Like, I enjoyed those times too. That was an exciting time for Brett Favre.
Yeah, Brett Favre was one of my favorite players, to be honest, fam. Like, I like this style of play. Like, he's like a gunslinger, but like
real gunslinger.
Need beer plays.
Ultimate gunslinger, I call him, bro.
Yeah, fam. To me, like, he's a gunslinger. He did a lot of picks though, so like, but he also made a lot of plays though. So definitely. I know we talk about QBs a lot that were saying, he throws picks like Carson Wentz. We talk about a lot of guys, Sam Darnold, Jimmy Garoppolo. We talk about a lot of guys that throw picks, but like Brett Favre made way more plays than they are. Like, you can throw picks, but you got to make them a lot of plays though. So
yeah, exactly. That's the key. Brett Favre, even though he threw picks, he made enough plays to win games.
Yeah,
you never see a Brett Favre team ever miss the playoffs, bro. Like when he was on Green Bay, when he was even on Minnesota, he still brought them to the playoffs. So, like, you can throw picks, but you better be able to make plays to make those picks disappear, because Other than that, your picks are gonna be in the spotlight, like a Carson Wentz. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like.
Oh man, we touched on everything, fam. Touched on everything.
Yeah, exactly. Big facts.
Yeah, man. I shout out, to some of our Raptors fans listening. You got the We the Champs hat right there. I
Yes,
got the
sir. Yes,
Raptors in the
sir. You already know.
background.
You already know.
We've
Oh,
won, I believe, 5 in a row, I think, and so we're fighting for the 6th seed. We want to get out of the playing game. So we're playing really well. Pascal's playing well. A lot of the young guys, Scotty Barnes is playing well. Van Fleet's back, still waiting on OG Anunoby, but the team's playing well. So definitely following along. Hopefully, I'm going to a Raptors game in April. Hopefully,
you're saying trying to get go to a Raptors game in Easter, right?
Yeah, around that time. But I think that time they're going to be in the playoffs, so maybe it could be a playoff game. But yeah, I'm really trying to see the Raptors play like one time this year. I think I shout out to all the Toronto fans listening, out the Raptors fans, the hardcore right here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You gotta big up the Raptors one time. You see the banner in the background with them in Denver's background. You see the We the Champs hat, man. We repping. Just we're gonna do big things this year. Hopefully, we'll see, man. We'll see how far we get. They're excited, man. It's definitely exciting. I mean, that like I saw that Lakers win. I'm like, all right, let's go. We out here.
Yeah, because like LeBron's been our kind of like our arch nemesis.
Our kryptonite.
Like, he's always beating us, fam. But yeah, the last time we big boyed him like the last few games, dog. Like
stunned him still.
This man was pushing Scotty Barnes and pushing our players on the ground like Gary Trent Jr. Man got ejected. I'm like, fam, why are you playing like that, dog? This guy's he's that mad. He's losing to the Raptors, fam. Like, and like we could even get into rust, but man, it sucks that we're like hyper analyzing every single game, every shot this man takes, every rebound, every turnover. But it's LA, so they're really gonna be on top of this guy, dog. And like,
yeah.
He's really struggling with that. I'm like, I don't even know what to say. Like,
struggling so much, bro. It's so sad to see. Like, I feel like we're seeing like the death of like the slow death of a person, like like a player. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just this man is just he's not playing good basketball at all. Like airballing shots, bro, turning the ball over, just like stupid turnovers where he's really like just flinging the ball away. It's getting hard to watch, bro. It's getting hard to watch, and I'm like, I've been a Russ fan, bro. Like I've said this on this podcast. I've been a Russ fan. Like Oklahoma City days, I was a Russ fan. I'm like, yo, it's KD's loss since he don't want to play with Russ. That's how I was, and I'll stick it with him. I'll stick it beside him. But this man is getting crazy now, man. It's so sad, bro. Like, like you saw how the T-Wolves were acting Timberwolves, bro.
Yeah,
you see how Cat and Pat Beverly were like clowning this man. Like it's getting embarrassing, bro. Also makes me want to hide, fam. You know what I'm saying?
But like what's sad is that he's a Hall of Fame player. It's tough to see like a lot of people reacting to him, but like he's having his worst year. Like I mentioned last podcast, he's still averaging 17, 7, and 7. It's almost a triple-double and in his worst career year. So it's just like, man, it just shows you how high of a level he was playing in the past. But it kind of sucks. Like, I don't think LA, because of the hyper, everyone's like, really watching his every move.
Mm-hmm.
I think he played better when he was on like a OKC or Washington. Last year at Washington, he played really well. Small market team. OKC, small market team. You say when he's been in the bigger market like Houston or LA, he's really struggled and whatnot. I think he should like, not say leave, but like, if he doesn't want to come off the bench in LA, like I think next year he should look at going to another team, a small market team where he's able to kind of like just be himself, play his game, not be as hyper analyzed. Like I think there's still a chance he can still rebuild and rebound, but yeah, like it sucks the way everything's going. Like, man, like he's getting a lot of hate, dog. It's crazy.
Yeah, straight up, yo. And I feel bad, but like I said, I can't even defend the man. The thing is, like, I mean, I understand, that may be the most beneficial thing for Russ to go to a small market team, but that just also shows that you like you succumb to the pressure when it comes to winning basketball. Like you're content with playing your game, and damn, I don't even want to be talking about Russ like this, but you're content with just playing your game and being the best on a not so good team and never making it anywhere, but racking up the accolades. That's what it seemed like he more interested in, and that's what he seemed more comfortable with. You need to get uncomfortable, bruh. You need to be in, like, I mean, Lakers, bruh, they are known to be winning, you know, like, I mean, like, they're known to win, you know what I'm saying? They're known to be a prestigious franchise, you know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of people, you know, have a Mount Rushmore of Laker greats, you know what I'm saying? If he was like, if the man was, you know, more content with trying to win a championship, bro, this would be the perfect situation. But it seemed like he just wants to play his own game the only way that he know how, and it has to be on a bad team. So we ain't never gonna win anything, but at least I'm happy. That's what it seemed like, bro. I hate to say that about the man, but it's what it's looking like.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's not a player that's able to be really, really, really successful off the ball. Like in every situation, he's been really good at. Like, okay, see, he would play the traditional point guard role. We really know he's a shooting guard, so he bring the ball up the court. He had the ball in his hands. He go through the pick and roll. He's making all the decisions. He's the main guy. And LA, who's bring the ball up the court? It's LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
So Russ is playing off the ball. He's not used to playing off the ball like that. And that's why he's had a lot of issues with players that are really good, such as, you know, KD,
James Harden,
you know, James Harden, Chris Paul, you know, now LeBron. Like, he needs to have the ball in his hands, but for some reason he's not able to defer to another superstar, another star, and play more of the off the ball. He has to be the guy with the ball in his hands, and I think that's his downfall. Like, yeah, so kind of sucks, but you know, hopefully he starts playing better. But LA,
we don't see that. It's hard to see it at this point. I don't even know if they can make the playing game for real.
Hey, yeah, they're number 9, so they have to hold on to like a top 10 spot. But even if they get into that 9 or 10 spot, bro, they might not even win that game.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Looking bad, still. It's looking bad.
Oh man. But yeah, man. Talked about a lot today. It was a good pod.
Yes,
all the fam out there. Appreciate y'all listening. You know, a lot of NFL, a lot of moves happening. Talks about, you know, all the moves that we can. A little bit of NBA, sprinkle on some NBA. So I'll always give you guys the best action, the best news, and the best content.
Yes, sir, man. Yeah, everyone. I mean, I tried to tell you, I tried to warn y'all, man. It's gonna be mainly NFL, man. Well, all the amount of things that are going on within free agency. But again, you know, thanks for sitting through with us, you know, and diving deep with us, you know, through all the news that's going on. And you know, we tried to sprinkle in a little bit of NBA, get more to come as you know we ramp up into the to the playoffs, man. So yeah, just don't forget to like and subscribe, man. All that, you know, keep supporting.
Yeah.
You know, we out here, we checking out.
Yeah, hit that like, hit that subscribe, comment. But even somehow we'll get into maybe next week, get into a little March Madness going on right now. You know, I'm not really tuned to college basketball until it gets to the final 4 teams or the last 8 teams. But yeah, we'll comment the March Madness next week. It should be like, I think, Sweet 16 by next week. So maybe we'll talk a little bit of that. But yeah, appreciate y'all listening. Like I said, hit that like, hit that subscribe.
Yes, sir.
And you know, again, the Denver Josh Number podcast. And yeah, man, thanks for listening.
Yes, sir. Peace, blessings.
Peace.